Morning, everybody. My name is Jared O'Leary, and I've been drumming since 1998. That's a long time, but I still got plenty of stuff to work on. Today, I'm going to be working on cheese variations of triplet grid. So cheese is where you play a flam accent, so cha-da-da, cha-da-da, but you put a diddle on the accent, so cha-da-da-da, cha-da-da-da. So we're going to be playing a variety of variations of grid that will work on your cheeses, but you can also do it with a variety of other exercises. Now, in these drumming live streams, there's over 300 of them in this playlist. You can find timestamps in the description that shows like what I was practicing, so you can see how I try and improve as somebody who's been drumming since 1998, or what I was talking about. Because I have all these different chats up on my other monitor, people often ask me questions because I've been drumming for so long and because I've taught every single grade, kindergarten through doctoral student, since 2003. I've got a wide range of experience in performing and teaching, so when I answer the questions in the chats, I will often edit those responses down and put it into this drumming tips playlist that has over 13 hours of free drumming tips in here. Now, the ones that have like a title that might not interest you, there's often several different tips within that, so if you just check the chapters in the timestamps, then it'll show you more of the different topics and whatnot. So if you're like not interested in whether or not DCI drumming is musical, there might be a topic in there that is more interesting to you, etc. So check those out if that interests you. Now, I'm going to get motivated here with Shia LaBeouf. Shia LaBeouf is going to help me to practice, so we're going to hide him. That's a good freeze frame. 10 out of 10. All right, Shia, help me. Let's do it. Do it! Just do it! Don't let your dreams be dreams. Yesterday, you said tomorrow, so just do it. Make your dreams come true. Just do it. Some people dream success, while you're gonna wake up and work hard at it. Nothing is impossible. You should get to the point where anyone else would quit, and you're not gonna stop there. No, what are you waiting for? Do it! Just do it! Yes, you can! Just do it! Thanks for the follow. If you're tired of starting over, stop giving up. Oh yeah, I'm tired of starting over. Thanks, Shia LaBeouf. Now that we are super motivated, we're going to warm up. Then I'm going to stretch and massage. And then we're going to play more grid variations. Now, I am at jaredoleary.com/drum. This is linked in every one of the YouTube videos, or if you're on vertical, is the link that's right here. So we've got 62 chop exercises organized neatly. We've got over 1,000 grid variations. This is where we're going to spend our time today. We've got a bunch of timing exercises and charts to work on limb independence, as well as a video that shows you how to develop limb independence if you don't know how to do that. I'll be practicing that tomorrow. 476 marching bass exercises, a bunch of drumline cadences, 375 technique exercises. All these are different playlists that have like exercises to work on your endurance and speed, or your roll timing, or your 3 and 4 strokes, etc. And then here's where you can find all the drumming tips, 13 plus hours of it, all the prior live streams, and then some scripted drumming lessons that like are on one topic, one focused thing. So if you're interested in finding everything organized neater than I can on my YouTube home tab, this is where you go to find all of this. So I highly recommend it. Now, by the way, there's some videos that say members first. Those are all scheduled to release for free. There's over like 460 some odd of those. So there's more than a year's worth of content because a new one releases every single day. So if you want early access, like if you don't want to wait for that whole year plus for some of them, it's 99 cents on YouTube. That's the cheapest I could possibly make it. So if you want to, you can sign up for that. But you don't have to. I promise they're all coming out for free. But thank you for the people who have signed up. It does help out. But you do not have to do that in order to get access to this content. You just have to wait for some of it. But hey, there's 2,000 exercises. I'll keep you plenty busy until one of them comes out that you're waiting for. We're going to work on cheeses. So there's like triplet cheese. There's also 16th note cheese variations. We're just going to do triplet today. And I'm going to warm up with cheese on accents. So this one, it's an interesting one. Ooh. Not the resolution I want. Thank you. And go. Okay, so what it's doing is it's taking the cheese and it's permutating it, which means it shifts it over a subdivision. So for the first measure right here, we've got it on the first note. So cheese, 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 cheese. And then it shifts it over to the second partial for the second measure. And for the third measure, it shifts it over to the third partial for the third measure. So it does 4 counts on each one of those partials. And then it does the same thing again, but only 2 counts of each. So 2 on the first partial, 2 on the second partial, 2 on the third partial. And then it repeats that. And then the last one, it only does 1 accent per partial. So cheese on 1, cheese on 2. And then we have this flam here because you don't want to do cheese, cheese. It'd be a little weird to do that. So we're going to do this to warm up. And then I'm going to stretch and massage. And then I'm going to show you a bunch more different grid variations that you can use to work on your cheeses. So to warm up, I'm just going to go at a nice, 110. Sure. Timestamps in the description, so you can go as slow as 40 beats a minute or as fast as 200. Whatever you want to do to practice this. Cool, so we'll play this a few times and then we'll stretch and massage. Again, just warming up. Have not drummed today. Okay, so this is shifting with the accents, but I'll show you some other cool ones where you actually play it before the accents, after the accents, or stationary like on 1. And then I'll also show you how to play it backwards. All right, last rep, and then we'll stretch and massage. Sweet! Let's stretch and massage. So, first stretch I'm going to do stretches the sides of the forearms. It's a weird looking one, but it works great. So you pull in, you push through, and it looks funky, but it feels wonderful. If you want a better camera angle on this, there's a video under the drumming lessons playlist on my home tab of YouTube. It's called This Hand Routine Saved My Drumming, and it shows you better camera angles of all the stretches and massages that I'll be doing as we go through this. For example, if you want to do traditional, you would rotate and hold there, you'd rotate and hold there. But because I don't do rotary techniques anymore, like traditional or 4 mallets, Stevens, I do not stretch that anymore. Now I'm going to stretch the underside of the forearm. Ooh-wee, Mason, good morning. So you could do it like this. It feels good. You could do it 2 fingers at a time, 2 fingers at a time. You could do it on the wall. The lower you go, the deeper the stretch. Or you could even do this one on your pad, table, a random boulder near your practice area, wherever you want. And cool. Now we're going to stretch the top side of the forearm. You could do it like this. You could do 2 fingers and 2 fingers. It gives you a little deeper stretch. You could do up on the wall, but this one is the higher you go, the deeper the stretch. Or you could do this one like on your pad or even on your legs, like I do when doing drum kit. We'll do it like this. Don't put all your weight into it. Don't break yourself. It may have been hitting the pad the whole time. Sorry. That microphone. Whoops. Now I'm going to stretch thumb to thumb. Makes it go twice as fast. We're stretching the fingers out. This is the last stretch that I'll do. And then I'll do a quick massage routine. And then we're going to do triplet grid, normal version. So the rudiment is stationary and the accents move. And then we'll do backwards grid. And then we'll do grid with cheese before an accent. And then we'll do a grid with cheese after an accent. And for today, we're actually going to jump up by 10 clicks. So we're going to start at 40 and then 50 and then 60. Normally what I do is just like sit there and go one click at a time. But for today, we're going to just like jump up by 10s until we get to about 160-ish. That's the plan at least. Just kind of use it as a preview to see like, well, how are my hands doing with the cheeses and whatnot? Different variations. Now I'm going to massage. So I'm doing thumb on top, fingers underneath, massaging up and down the forearms. Trying to get nice and relaxed. You notice there's a color difference between the two different cameras. That's because the overhead camera, this one, is actually a completely different person. The paid actor who is modeling exactly what I do at the exact same time. Don't worry, I pay them a lot of money. They're really good at what they do. They even got the same tattoo that I've got on my arm. Quite a dedicated employee. Thank you. Somebody on the internet is going to hear that and go, wow, YouTubers have a lot of money. Yeah, I was being 100% serious. It amazes me when like dry sense of humor or sarcasm just goes like whoosh right over people's heads. Oh, it makes me laugh. All right, I'm going to massage with the thumb, massaging the pad of the hand, the palm rather, and then the fingers will massage the backside of the hand. And then I've got one more quick massage to do, and then we will play more cheeses. Ah, the cheeses. Although apparently some drum lines in the Midwest, they call them stutters. I don't know why, but I was like drumming at like this leadership camp when I was in high school. The instructor was just like drumming with him during one of the breaks, and he was like, all right, let's play some shopping spree variations. And so we were playing, and he's like, all right, now put stutters on it. And I was like, oh, I don't know that rudiment. Teach me. And so he like plays it. I'm like, wow, that sounds like a cheese. Like, so I'm over analyzing his playing. I'm like, okay, is the grace note coming in like a mulf? Like, is it coming in after the accent? No, it's coming in before the accent. Okay, is he doing something different with the diddles? Like, trying to figure it out. Had him write it down. And he's like, this right there, it's a stutter. I was like, oh, well, from my part, where I'm from, we call that a cheese. It's hilarious. I assumed like maybe he knew something I didn't because he was the instructor. I was just a senior at that time. No, same thing. Different name. Kind of weird, but you know, drummers, we're weird. We have rudiments called grandmas. Alrighty. Okay, so this was cheese on accents. We just use that to warm up. So now I'm going to show you the very basic cheese on one grid. So this version is what you would normally think of when you think of grid. Now there's 34 videos inside of this playlist, and then there's even more in the 16th note version of the playlist. So there's a lot of cheese variations we're not playing today. I'm just giving you a preview of some of the fun ones that you can do. But we are going to start off at 40 and go through it. Now, this is going to put the cheese on one the entire time, while it shifts the accent, permutates it. So now it's on 2. Now it's on 3. This is such a good way to work on a rudiment. So normally in these practice streams, I'd go one click faster, and I just let this play along just keep going and going. But for today, I'm going to skip ahead by 10s, but sit with these. If you want to work on just one version of these like grid variations, then just sit with it. Let it go one click faster. Start off slow at 40, Today, I'm just doing a little preview, so we're going by tens, but don't do that for all your practicing. Sweet! 60, So this will give me some data for some things that I can continue to refine. So on a future stream, I can slow this down and just go one click at a time and go, okay, I'm going to focus on blah because I got the data when going faster. The goal today is to get each of these variations up to 160 and see how they sound there. Hello on YouTube. Welcome, welcome. 70, So fast. This is faster than anyone's ever played a cheese before. And if you believe that, you're not going to understand my sense of humor at all. So one of the things that I'm focusing on is trying to make sure that my left hand does not flatten out to more of like a German technique. So because I marched high school, college, and DCI as a traditional grip, and now I'm playing match grip. When I switched over to match grip, I was wearing my wedding ring, and because it would create like a click while playing, I like modified my technique slightly to make a more German approach so it wouldn't actually hit the stick. And unfortunately, that makes it so that my left hand is slightly different than my right hand, which now that I'm fixing it, I've got my wedding ring around my necklace, so that way, you know, it doesn't the entire time while doing it. But still trying to fix the technique. Always something to work on. 80. Woo! Now, if you're playing along here, you're going to get to a point where you might chop out before I do. And that's okay. With this play along, again, you can go as slow as 40 and just let it go one click at a time. I promise it works. That's how you get faster, is by going slower. It's a paradox. Ooh, triple digits. 100, here we come. Again, the goal is 160. And then I'll switch to a different grid variation. Next up will be a backwards grid. You'll see what I mean. You'll see. Mm-hmm. 110. Need to retape my sticks. Sounds like sticky. Beta, beta. Pun intended. Yeah. My stick like went under the other one. Messed it up. 120. Now you notice it keeps like pausing right here. It's because I'm picking a BPM that ends in a 0. If you do it with a 0 or 5, it gives you a few seconds to get set up. Otherwise, it immediately counts off. Mm-hmm. 130. Sweet. 140. It's going by so fast. All grown up. $150. We're almost at the goal tempo. Beta, beta. Sticky. Alright, wish me luck. 160 is brisk, baby. You might be able to play it faster. Sweet! GG's. Achievement unlocked. Sweet! So this is just a preview of Cheese on 1. Again, slow it down. Go one click at a time. But now I want to show you the same grid. Backwards. So all the ones that say 1, 2, 4 accent are the variation with a backwards accent pattern. So instead of going 4, 2, 1, like we were just doing, now the accents are in reverse order. So it starts on the third partial, then the second, and then the first. But it does one count of each one of those all the way across. And then it does 2 counts of each one of those. So 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, 1, and repeats it. And then it does 4 counts of each partial. So third partial, third partial, third partial, third partial, 2, 2, 2, 2, and then first, 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 first. Okay? So this is why it's called 1, 2, 4 accents, but another way to call it is just backwards grid. Okay? So we're going to go... It's weird. Will I play this at 160? Probably not. Stay tuned, folks. We'll find out. All right, so we're going to start off at 40. We're again, go up by teens. Starting with a tap. Well, you know, like a low cheese at tap height. Not just a tap, but you know what I mean. Now let's go up by 10. Woo! So fast. So furious. Mm-hmm. My foot is itchy. Feet are too dry. $60. Here we go. Yay. And if you're just tuning in, again, go up by one click at a time. There's a reason why I created all these play-alongs, thousands of them, to go up one click at a time, is because that's the way you should practice. We're just doing like a preview day. $70. Whee! Man, after just like working on like grid variations, it just makes a rudiment solid. Feels so good. That's why I recommend it so much and have over 1,000 grid variations, because it's that important. Whoops. Hit the mic stand. Sorry. Hopefully that wasn't too loud. Sometimes the vibration makes it sound like a boom when you hit it. Which makes sense because it's a boom stand. Came for the drumming, stayed for the jokes. Whoa! I started playing the other grid variation. Okay, it's time for 90. Boop. The cheese before and accents on the second line were a little wonky, 100, which is appropriate because the next variation I'm going to work on is just cheese before accents variation, so we'll be doing that here in a couple of minutes. And then we'll do cheese after an accent. Mm-hmm. 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 110. Now, one of the cool things you can do, you can actually play through grid forward and then go straight into backwards. So like right when you finish the one pattern, you just go straight into this variation. So when you go 4, 2, 1, then you go 1, 2, 4. So you can go forward, backward into it, which is like a fun variation that you can do. And I don't have those as play-alongs, but I could make them in the future, you know. I make thousands of them. We can just add one more to the list. It's a long list. It keeps expanding. Mm-hmm. 130. $140 might be my breaking point. We'll find out. The goal is to get to 160, but I mean, you know, hands. Sometimes they don't cooperate. Like hands, why don't you play at 2,000 beats a minute, They're like, we're trying. Let's try that again. Let's try that again. It's a mental thing, it's not a hand thing. I like want to play the normal grid variation for whatever reason. And my brain's just like, nope, stop playing it backwards, Jared. And then my hands get confused. It's confusing for everyone involved. Kohi, oshi desu. Sorry, oishi desu. Here we go. 2,000 beats a minute. Now you might be like, Jared, that says 150. Yeah, you know the differences between like imperial and metric system. So, you'll figure it out. 160. Here we go. This was the goal. Ooh, that left thumb's getting a little tight. Sweet. I like that variation. So the first one was cheese for, well, technically the first one was, you know, cheese on accents, but ignore that. That was a warm-up. So what I was just playing was cheese on 1, and then we did it backward, 1, 2, 4. So all these variations that say 1, 2, 4 accents, just flip it to go backwards. Now there's cheese on 2, there's cheese on 3, But I want to show you now cheese before an accent. And so we'll do it the forward version. So we're going back to the 4-2-1 instead of 1-2-4. And we're going to slow this one down. This one, the cheese is shifting around, so it's moving around. It's not stationary. Always to right before an accent. We're going to go right at 40. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So fast. Weird, right? It's fun, though. It's a good one. 10 out of 10. Now, this is obviously the triplet version, but there's also a 16th note version that also does, like, cheeses before, or flam drags before, or after, or on the accents, etc. They're fun. Oops. My brain was elsewhere. I was like, how much time do I got? How much time is this going to take? Blah, 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 blah. So my brain was like completely thinking about not what I was playing. And then I made a mistake. The first one for this decade. Wow. Impressive, right? Yeah, I know. Thank you. That's what happens when you get a doctorate. You don't make mistakes. Those were jokes. Mm-hmm. 70. Boop. It's hard to do floppies and still get the grace note. As a cha. And not just double stops or flat flams. Woo! Little rim shot for some extra flavoring on there. You're welcome. Cool, we're now at 80. Once we get to 160 on this one, then we're going to do the opposite of this. So this is cheese before an accent, then we'll do cheese after an accent. Like that. What? No. No. So my like attention is like lower than it normally would be because I have a headache. So it's like making it so when I'm like thinking of, oh, what do I want to do next, or what exercise do I want to play, or like what do I want to talk about, when I'm thinking about that stuff while trying to refine my playing, it's just like too much. My brain's just like, no. Triple digit. Woo! So a lot of people know how to do like normal grid variation, like rudiment, stationary, accents, move, but then you ask them to do stuff like this and they're like, what? It's fun. This, by the way, is like this whole exercise makes it so that playing measure 2 of normal grid just gets better because you're working basically on the accent after a cheese. So it helps with that. 110. Okay, almost went to 120. Whew. We would have jumped by 20 beats a minute. That's illegal in these parts. Can't do that. Hair drinking. Yeah, 120. Don't worry, I have my permits to play this fast. Officer, if you need to see them, I can show them to you. My pad is just like slowly, like, woo, just scooching a little bit. Come back. 130. Goal is 160. And then we'll play cheese after an accent. Mm-hmm. 140. I never watched Sesame Street. I know I'm like making fun of the count, but so interestingly, there's they did some research on Sesame Street and the show Blue's Clues, and what they actually found is if you repeat episodes, kids would be more engaged the second time through than they were the first time through. Which, like, you wouldn't think, right? You'd be like, no, you need to have like a new show every single day. But the research suggests that actually kids are more engaged. It's weird. Part of it has to do with like kids wanting to feel successful and whatnot, but then also part of it is just like the repetition, like, is like calming, like just like being able to anticipate what's happening next and like getting into that routine. Just one of the many like random factoids that I can spat out as somebody with a doctorate in music education. I've read a lot of interesting research. Here we go. I want to go faster. I kind of am curious what the breaking point is. And then we're going to do the last grid variation for today. We'll do cheese after an accent. And we'll slow that back down to 40. All the way. Wish me luck. Woo! Here we go. 180. Boop. Do it! Don't let your dreams be dreams. Ho ho ho! Too fast, too furious. We'll stop there. Cool, that was cheese before an accent. There's also cheese before an accent backwards. 1, 2, 4 variation if you want to do that. But now we're going to do cheese after an accent. So it's going to be the opposite. So now I need to tell my brain, hey, shift where it's at. Okay, so now after every single accent, boop, there's the cheese, there's the cheese. And then we move it again. There's the cheese, there's the cheese. Okay, but we're going to go all the way back down to 40. Click. Oh yeah, so slow. Stay relaxed. Alright, let's go up by 10. Again, when you're practicing, just let it go up by once. Just sit with it. Let it naturally get faster, one click at a time. Today is a data collection day. I collected some data and realized I need to still adjust my thumb a little bit on my left hand. That's valuable information. I'll refine that on another stream. Feels so much faster, right? Sweet. 60. I can number sometimes. Sometimes not so much. There we go. Sorry, I had to move something. Hey, shh. 70. Oh, my brain is going on some potential content ideas. Will I share? No, it's my secret. You might see it in the next year. Why in the next year? Because I've got over a year's worth of content scheduled. Over 460 days worth of content scheduled. So sometimes play along, I'm like, that's a great idea. And then I'll write it out and be like, well, can't release it for another year. I mean, I can schedule it for release, but like, technically it's only available as early access, but like, then once it becomes public, it'll be over a year. So if you're a member, thank you, first of all, but then you get access to all that stuff for 99 cents. Or for free, because I give away like 10 every month. Let's try it again. But YouTube like randomly selects the 10, so I don't get to like choose who. Mm-hmm. 100. Don't worry. I've got my permit to go into the triple digits. The digits. I can speak sometimes. I swear, English is my first language. Not that you can tell. Hello, Cajun. How you doing? One Dan. Ooh, you're on both the horizontal and the vertical. Look at you. Number one on both. You working on triplet grid? I don't know what you mean by playing downbeats. Like quarter notes? What do you mean? Or do you mean downstrokes and upstrokes? Like I was mentioning earlier in the stream, like sometimes we use different words for the same thing or the same word to mean different things depending on where you're at. So like I call these cheeses, but somebody else in the Midwest called them stutters. Whoa, whoa, whoa. My thumb like came off the stick entirely. Try that again. 140. So, Cajun, did you mean downstrokes and upstrokes? Because the downbeat is just like literally like 1, 2, 3, 4, like playing the beat, quarter notes. I started playing the wrong variation. Mm-hmm. 150. Once I get to whatever the breaking point is, then I'll show you some accent tap exercises that can work on your upstrokes and your downstrokes. Mm-hmm. 160. So this was the goal. But we'll go faster until my arms just burst into flames. Okay. 170. Wish me luck. Stay relaxed, Jared. Okay. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Thumb came off. Too fast. So I'm playing with Hardeman hammers, and they're like double tape. So like they're extra heavy sticks. They're like the Hardemans, but used with like a different type of wood that makes them extra beefy. And oh boy, do I feel it. All right, this will definitely be the breaking point. Wish me luck. Do it. That actually went better than I thought it would. Like, it wasn't, it was kind of like tenor heights. Sorry, throwing shade. But like the accents and taps weren't as distinguished as I would like. What I like them to be able to do is when I play them to be like sipping tea with their pinkies out. Make them very distinguished. Let's try it at 190. This'll definitely be the breaking point. Should douse my arms in water to help cool them off. Oh, since we're here. Flawless. Yeah, you heard me play 200 all the way through, and it sounded great. All right, so this was a variation with cheese. But as I was demonstrating, there's a bunch of variations that you can work on with cheese. What I recommend is just focusing on cheese on one. You can do it forward, you can do it backwards. But if you go to my home tab on YouTube, there are over 2,000. Over 2,000. That's not hyperbolic. That's not an exaggeration. Over 2,000 drumming videos. They're organized alphabetically. So chops are all here in these playlists. Gaming stuff we'll get to in like 15 minutes. But grid variations, this is where I was just working out of. So you have to actually click to show all the playlists because YouTube won't display them all. But there's 420 videos under the triplet grid variations. There's 578 that are 16th note variations. And if you scroll down, there's also 37 that are some wacky ones like hurt the grid and stuff. That's over 1,000 grid variations in here. But for the triplet grid variations, all the ones that I was just doing, you can also do with 16th note cheese variations if you want to. Tomorrow, I should be working on limb independence. So we'll use this, but there's a bunch of marching bass stuff. There's also scores. There's computer science stuff, because again, I'm a nerd. There's also a ton of technique exercises, 375 different exercises in here. But when you click on the header, it shows you all of these different playlists. So Cajun was asking about like how to work on like upstrokes, downstrokes. What I recommend is checking out the accent tap exercise playlist right here. And so this has a bunch of different exercises that can work just on your downstroke sticking or just on your upstroke sticking. So if you see the ones that say downstroke in the title, then that will work on your downstrokes. If you see ones that say upstrokes in the title, that'll work on your upstrokes. Some of them currently are members first. That just means that they're scheduled to release for free. A brand new play along every single day for more than a year. There's like over 460 that are scheduled. So some of them might take a long time until they come out. But if you want access, early access to it, to something that, again, will come out for free, 100% for free, all you do is click the join button, and it's we only need one Jared. It's for 99 cents, and you get all of those 400 plus videos for free. If you, or for, not for free, for 99 cents, but they will come out for free. So I don't sell a course, I don't sell an app, I don't do private lessons anymore, etc. You can find all of this stuff for free. But if you don't want to wait, you can get it for 99 cents. But again, there's 2,000 exercises over that. So the first link at every one of these play-alongs takes you to the website. So this on the vertical stream is here. So the /drum on my website. Jeffrey, good morning. Why does it say you're number 3? You're number 1 in my book. Thanks for visiting. You're welcome. So this shows you everything organized neater than what I can do on YouTube. Colton, good morning. So we got all these chop exercises organized. We've got all 1,000 plus grid variations organized. We've got all the limb independence charts and timing exercises and the video teaching you how to do limb independence. We've got all the marching bass stuff, all the cadences, all of these technique exercises. If you want to work on your endurance and speed, go there. If you want to work on stick control, go there. If you want to work on timing, go there, etc. And then there's over 13 hours of drumming tips, over 300 live streams with timestamps showing what I was practicing or what I was talking about. And then also there's a ton of different lessons and whatnot that are in the works, etc. If you want to be able to see what kind of books and like sticks I'm using and pad I'm using, if you go to /gear or click on this link, then that takes you to here. These are mostly Amazon affiliate links, so thank you for people who use it, but you don't have to. Completely optional, but it shows you like here are the sticks I was practicing with this entire stream. Here's what I'll use tomorrow, the Jack D. Jeanettes on drum kit, etc. Here's the low volume cymbals and heads that I'm using, as well as like the double bass pedals that I've got, etc. So you can check that out. I'm going to call it here. I'm going to get ready for some Uncharted. It'll probably be in about 15 or so minutes because I got to, tear this all down and get ready for that. So I appreciate people stopping by, but if you like this content, just share it with somebody else. You can either share it on my website, or if you go to any of the videos, the home tab on YouTube, again, is where you can find over 2,000 drumming videos for free. Chops, grid, limb independence, marching bass, scores, technique, and then over 13 hours of lessons and a lot of hours of live streams, like over 300 hours of live streams if you want that. Dale Earnhardt. Oh, yeah. I was a Phoenix International Raceway, where the really tragic event happened. Used to go there a lot with my dad and grandpa. So rip to Dale, but there's also Dale Jr. now, who was racing back when I used to watch NASCAR. Now I watch F1. But anyways, I'm rambling. I hope you'll have a good day. I hope you enjoy these resources. And, goodbye.